Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus. Today we are going to be playing against someone unnamed, but I do think he has two dots. I mean, at least he did in the loading screen, so I'm pretty sure I've played against this guy before. And it looks like he's playing kind of a defensive team with a repass as well. What is this madness? Tears of the Lost, Bloodstained Gambit on Antiquarian. Okay, this looks very interesting what he's bringing. I like what I'm seeing, honestly. Looks like he's gonna have double riposte, as well as the Protector's Kind on that mana arms, and the Crusader is gonna be full-on support. So if I had a stress team, I would be shaking in my knees right now. But fortunately, I don't. I have the King, the Leper, the absolute mad lad, and he's gonna potentially do some very high damage rolls. Of course, it's gonna be kind of difficult against all the protection that he just got with that Bulwark of Light, but you know. The Leper unfortunately has really bad trinkets, so unlike the Arbalest, which can bring a trinket to armor pierce, the Leper doesn't have anything even similar to it. So even though my opponent here has definitely kind of an anti-stress team, I'm still gonna have a pretty hard time because between the Bellows and the protection, you know, the Leper doesn't really have a good time playing against men-at-arms, so I could go for a stun on that Crusader. Is he gonna be that useful though? Not really. I'm gonna go for a stun on the man-at-arms. I'm gonna prevent that bell from coming through, or not. I do have both stun trinkets on this Crusader, so I would have hoped for that stun to go through, but unfortunately that's not how it's gonna be. He goes for duelist advance. I'm fine with that, honestly. Now, question is, what should I go for first? Sniper shot or... Now let's shop the revenge. Let's shop the revenge. Of course, this Leper is going to be doing a bunch of damage between the Eagle Eye Talisman and the revenge and his very high base damage. It's going to be quite good. Though, yeah, there come the Bell Diva, so that's already a bit of my buff gone, but it's still doing plenty. Yeah, it's still doing plenty. Who should we focus now? The thing is, there's a lot of regen, right? So... yeah, the problem with these kinds of teams that since you don't have a mark, you don't really have a nuke with the Arbalest. She's still gonna do a lot of damage, but she's not gonna nuke anything specifically. I kind of don't want to eat that repulse, you know. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad if I did. Yeah, see, it's only a 10. I have protection as well because that medic's full plate, and fortunately we get a really nice crit. So that protection, that 20% protection is totally useless because of the piercing quarrel, and the battle debuff, there's only one so far, so it's totally chill. Okay, he's gonna go for a stun, which is actually good for me because that means I can use the flare and get a lot of value out of it because I'm gonna get rid of the debuffs and I'm gonna get rid of the stun at the same time. But first things first, I'm actually gonna go for a chop. Yeah, we do enough. Okay, that's good. And he misses the riposte on the Leper. My man, how do you miss a Leper? Yeah, that's really good for us, actually. That's really good. He gets a crit heal for 6, so that could actually be meaningful here. But the game plan right now is gonna be to go flare into a stun on that Highman and then potentially just get a death blow with the death snap. He might go for a guard. I have a feeling that's what he's gonna go for. He might go for a guard on top of that Highman, which should definitely be a good play. And after that, I'm gonna have a really hard time finishing him off. Yeah, there he goes. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, we don't have like an abomination to break that guard or anything. So even though we can bypass guard with the deck stab, I mean, I'm never gonna do 6 damage unless I get a crit with all that protection he just got. And if I go for a stun, it could even fail, and even if it doesn't fail, I'm still gonna have a hard time breaking through because he's still gonna have that regen for the next round. And of course, since he went first round 1, he's gonna go first round 3 and round 2 and every single round until, you know, some characters are gone. So not the greatest situation for us. Okay, looks like he's not stacking more regen. It's just he just wants to use it once apparently. 5 to 9. Okay, we do enough. He gets a riposte crit for 12. That's gonna be one of the weakest riposte crits I've ever seen, actually. Critting only for 12. Yeah, I mean, he is at this store, he hasn't used Vendetta, so kind of sad to see that, honestly. I'm wondering if I should go for a finale here, but I think the resounding answer is no, honestly. I feel like the play right now would be to... I mean, there's kind of a problem here, because if he does decide to go for a heal with Rally to the Flame, this is going to be a little poor for us. But yeah, we're gonna go for a Hue, potentially do some nice damage. Yeah, that's some decent damage on the Crusader. He's still gonna regen most of it away, but yeah, the thing is, if he goes for a heal right now, I'm gonna have no ability to actually hit that Iron Man other than dropping the finale. So yeah, the team is kind of janky. You know, this is the setup that was made by Goliath like ages ago. This is one of the first teams in the Circus. You know, one of the first like stronger teams. But it feels a little janky against a team like this because you know having the Crusader and the Jester dance, it's cool, but it also doesn't work out too well most of the time. Should I just drop the immediate finale? No, maybe not immediately. Let's drop a sniper shot here first, do some damage. Ah, that's an 11, that's barely anything, honestly. Yeah, after that, we're just gonna drop a finale on the Highman, and then we're gonna go for a stun on the Crusader, and I feel like this is still good for us. Even though we failed to get a kill with the Dig Stab, this should still be fine. You might be wondering why I didn't go for the finale first. Well, I would already have the... that would mean that I would already get, how do you call it? Wow, 9! We rolled for absolute minimum, just barely enough to get the kill. Yeah, I would get the plus 100 stress taken debuff, and I don't want to eat plus 100 stress from a festering vapors, so we just went for that first. So that Man-at-Arms is clicking now. We can go for a stun on this Crusader. We're gonna have a really hard time breaking through again, because now we can only hit a really high prod Crusader. He can start guarding again or start Bellow debuffing again, and that regen is still existing, though we're still quite far from Afflictions, honestly. So this isn't too bad. This really isn't too bad. I might go for the immediate sniper shot before a Bellow comes through, or I might go for a chop before the Bellow comes through. That might be even better. 14 to 25. It doesn't do that much. Yeah, I was hoping for that to do a lot, actually. 14 to 25 with the chop. Yeah, sometimes if you get a chop crit, which is more likely gonna happen than not, you know, after a few rounds with the Leper, because Revenge gives him 11% crit chance. Makes his crit, like, actually kind of scary. We might actually just be able to get a kill on that Crusader. Yeah, if we get a sniper shot for 12, yeah, that's enough. Then we can get to go for a stunning blow, and then maybe a Dig Stab might be the kill, so it's gonna be a really quick finish on that Crusader after that Highman, so... Even though we had a hard time kind of getting the first kill, the second one's gonna be a lot easier. The Leper just did way too much damage. I was expecting it to do way less against all this protection. I guess having that brass bugle really isn't working out too well for him, and now this is gonna be a 60, and that's a death blow. So how do you win this match? How do you win this match if you're my nameless opponent here? Well, between the Bellows and the Antiquarian spamming Festering Vapors, it isn't the end of the world. And keep in mind that since I don't have like a bounty hunter, I can't go come hither on that Antiquarian. And I didn't bring Purge because I feel like Solemnity is a must-have on the Leper. Revenge is also a must-have for this team. And I want to bring both Chop and Hue, because bringing just Hue is bad in a damage team like this, because you need that immediate pressure for some plays. And I also wanted to keep Chop because, well, it's just great. Chop is great. So I didn't really know exactly what to do, and I also don't know exactly what to do now, but I feel like I'm just gonna view the corpses maybe. Now let's just chop this corpse. I'll just chop that corpse, the Crusader corpse. That one's gonna go away, like... It's not gonna go away. Maybe in 2 rounds, 3 rounds? I wasn't counting, unfortunately. We killed him by round 2, right? Or was it round 3? I feel like it was round 3, so it should be gone by round 8. You know, the Highman corpse, I'm not too sure. I wasn't counting. You should definitely count the corpse turns. Yeah, most definitely, but I just forget to do that, unfortunately. I'm gonna go for a stun on this Man-at-Arms. We might eat a repulse for it, you know, but we did have a lot of protection, so it's fine here. So the thing is, when you're up characters and you're getting stuns, my man, the value is absolutely popping off. Yeah, there we go, that's all you like to see. The value just pops off, because if you have 4 actions and they only have 2, and you're using one of your actions to remove one of theirs and also doing 3 damage on top, yeah, things are looking fine for you. I'm gonna drop a bleed. That's gonna be a lot of bleed on these characters. So kind of a good thing about the Jester in this kind of team is that even if they have a lot of protection, you still have that harvest to kind of just try and break through, as well as the piercing quarrel. So it could technically be worse. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. I'm not actually taking enough DOT to fall down to 0. So Holy One still has a really good hit chance, because we did go for that battle ballad early. So even with his, even with dodge teams, you're having a pretty decent matchup here with that Jester. He's gonna drop that immediate festering vapor. He's not gonna bother to go take cover or anything. Just going for that kill. Yeah, absolutely just going for that kill. Okay, I feel like my best play here is to go for the highest kill chance on that Antiquarian. So I'm gonna drop a sniper shot on her first, and then I'm gonna drop the example. Are you gonna see Bloodstained Gambison actually pop off in Valor? That would be quite a sight to see. 11 to 20, we roll for max. That's pretty much half his HP shaved off, even with that prot, and even with me having ability buff. Oh, that's some damage to the Leper as well as stress, but should be good. Yeah, Bloodstained Gambison. It was kind of cool because it meant that he had to eat an extra Holy Lance before the Antiquarian dropped down to 0. But I feel like a Monkey Spawn would have been overall better play for that accuracy as well. It's gonna be Retribution. Does he get the kill? Unfortunately, he doesn't. That's gonna be a surrender. So I hope you guys enjoyed this match with the Leper, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.